going on, everybody? It is Thursday the 18th. Yeah, Thursday, May 18th, right about 6 o'clock p.m. and it's a nice day, so I wanted to get out and ride a little bit. Had some comments, where's the ADV? Still riding the ADV, but got a new ride recently, as you probably saw on my channel, the Ford there, so we had to get a replacement vehicle. So I kind of been preoccupied with that a little bit. We'll focus on the now, which is riding the ADV. I think what I'll do, I'm gonna go down to the park. You know how I love the park, as they say, but it is a beautiful day. I think the temperature was about 74. So how's everyone doing? Like I said, I know some of my last videos weren't really more related to this than anything else, but I like to do a little variety of stuff. Trekopolis, it's kind of interesting, my channel. It's in one case, I think to myself, should I focus on this Honda ADV 150 like 100% and do nothing but ADV 150 video? I don't know. You can go. You can go. You were here first. All right. Anyway, you can tell it's kind of rush hour. Everybody getting home from work. But what I was saying is, I could focus every single video on the ADV only, but what I was getting at is you kind of run out of material, you know, because now if you have multiple bikes, that's one thing. And I know some of the channels I follow, the folks have 2 bikes, 3 bikes, 10 bikes, 15 bikes. I'm not kidding you. There's some guys, and you probably follow the same channels, that have the multiple bikes, and so they can have a wide variety of content, you know. There goes the little what do you call them, Rikers, I think that is. But like I said, it's hard to come up with stuff like that, the fresh content on a regular basis. And it's a very bad time to try to ride right now. It's just rush hour, and as you all know, I live in a very I saw a car coming. They come flying too. This thing is like 55 miles an hour from a dead stop, you know. And I don't want to get hit by a concrete truck at 55 miles an hour. No, thank you, ma'am. But it's crazy right now. So this will give you a good taste of what it's like to ride a bike on a very, very busy road. And they just never stop coming. Look at that. I'm going. They'll stop, hopefully, right? Here they come. See, that car's creeping up on me really quick. I'm going 50 and they're flying by me. $55 and they're going by me. Yeah. So I should have went the other way. I wasn't really thinking, but this is not a really good road to ride this on at rush hour, you know, so I should have kind of went the back way. But oh well. What was I saying? It's very hard to focus when you're riding this on busy highway like this. So that kind of woke me up, because I was a little freaky trying to get on that when cars are going 60 miles an hour, and you got to just gun this thing and hope that I mean, it's got good pickup, as you saw, but it takes you a while to climb up to 50 miles an hour. It's very distracting when you're riding a bike and trying to talk at the same time when it's busy out here on the road. So I'm going to go back where it's a little quieter so I can focus and just ride in comfort and not get on that road anymore. Holy Toledo. Ever since COVID, I only go into my work about maybe once a week, if that. We're not really required to go back to the office, since I do remote work anyway, but it's coming. I do really feel that that's going to be a reality soon, because there's a big push right now across the country to go back to the office. A big movement, you know, and I don't know why. It's more for control than anything else. Hell, I could get the same thing done. I support a help desk where I'm like product support for the things that our company sells, our dealership sells. And it's like a lot of IT type stuff where I'm connecting products and troubleshooting why things don't work on networks and stuff like that. So I'm working with a lot of IT people, but I can do that anywhere. I can do that sitting in a chair at home. I can do that sitting at a picnic table here. I can do that anywhere as long as I have an internet connection, right? So my philosophy is, why would they force me to come to the office if I can do it in any seat? Because I'm spending money on gas, I'm spending money on fuel. Yeah, well, hello, it's been a long week, I'm sorry. I'm spending money on fuel, I'm spending money on wear and tear on my car, putting mileage on it, and the time factor. I got to get up earlier, I get home later. But when you're looking at it, when you're looking at that angle from a business owner's perspective, they don't care, you know, because the more important thing for them is they just want everybody in the office. They think it increases productivity, and they think it increases communication. But I did both for a long time. I've been working from home now for probably like going on 2 years now, 3 years actually. And let me tell you, I get way more distracted at work than I ever would sitting by myself downstairs in my own basement, and there's nobody to bother me. Nobody. If I'm at work, even though we have a larger room for like the help desk area, there's people coming in and out all day long. There's people wanting to shoot the breeze. There's people coming in asking questions, and it's just you got other people in the same room talking loudly, and it's nobody's fault. It's just the nature of that that setup. So I guess what you do is, if you do have to go back in the office, you just do the best you can. But I guarantee you, my productivity will slow down. It's a natural thing, and it's not purposely, but it's gonna slow down. Ever since I worked at home, I can prove that by the numbers that I get a lot more done. To keep a paycheck, you gotta do what the man says, so to speak, and I'll do what the man says. I have to. I don't have a choice. Now I can intelligently voice my comments and say why, you know, but why is really not important. It's the because I said that's more important. Because the argument there is, can you tell me how that's going to increase my productivity? So yeah, I remote in to customers' computers. I do it all day long from the crack of about 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 at night. I'm remoting in non-stop to people pretty much, and supporting our products. And everything's a problem. Everything's there's nothing that's nothing but problems, like technology problems, you know, and that's where it wears on you over a whole course of the day. And I've been doing this for decades, so you can imagine how many computers and how much stuff that I've have my hands in. I'd like to go down there, but it says no motor vehicles except boat club members. Well, how the hell they don't know I'm a boat club member, darn it, right? All right, here's a steep hill. Watch it pull. You guys ask me, does it climb hills? Oh yeah. It climbs hills. Pretty darn good too, by the way. And it'll keep pulling through the hill. That was a really steep incline. I know you can't tell from the camera because it flattens everything, but that is a very, it's hard to even ride a bicycle up that hill. I've done it, but man, your legs are dying. But this pulls right up there, and it keeps climbing in speed, and you get to the crest of that hill, you could probably be at like 45 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, but I don't, because it's only 35 through here. But yeah, so hills, very steep inclines, nah, this does not have a problem with it. It really doesn't. So I'm real pleased with it over the years. There's a bike. What's that? Couldn't tell. BMW? But it's kind of fun to get on like something like this and just cat around the neighborhoods like I do, and I don't have to be gone very long to get the relief factor of work. Just get out, get some fresh air, cat around like I'm doing tonight, and I don't have a big loud heavy bike that I gotta, you know, worry about. I mean, hell, nobody even hears me. I could just cruise around these neighborhoods without even anybody hearing me. I just, this thing does not disturb a soul, and I like that. If you like a loud bike, I do too. I mean, yeah, big loud bike is fun too in its own right, but I wouldn't want to do it all the time. I'd like to have both. That'd be optional, you know. Why not have both, right? Maybe one day. A lot of toys out there but we had to get a car more than anything. We needed a vehicle, and we finally got our vehicle. And we're pleased with it so far. It's a big gripe on Ford because I research it all. I research everything. I know Ford has a problem with engines. Ford has a problem with transmissions. I know that. Yeah, I get it. But so does any other car. Toyotas, I would say the best car in the world, probably Toyota Corolla or Toyota Camry that my son drives. He bought a Toyota Camry. You don't have to ever touch those things. You do the maintenance on them, you got a car for hundreds and thousands of miles. But I didn't want a Toyota Camry. I just didn't want one. I don't know why. It's a nice car, but I already have a sedan, and it was mainly for my wife. It's mainly hers, and she was used to the Hyundai Santa Fe, which is kind of a mid-size SUV. So she's the one driving the Escape. And I will really keep up with the maintenance as I'm already doing. But it's just sharp. We like it. She likes it. Kind of fell in love with it when I saw it online. I'm like, that's it. That's my car. That is awesome.
My car! My car! My car!
So and there we go. We got it in the driveway. So can't beat that. Is that for sale? That's a Beamer there. I wonder how much that is. I should stop and ask, but yeah, can't buy it anyway. So I wanted to give a shout out to Elon, and remember Elon because I remember Elon Musk. So it's funny, Elon made a comment on one of my videos about riding his bike. He's got a motorcycle, I forget what it was, Harley I believe, out in the country area over in his neck of the woods. But I didn't know it was instead of stupid me clicking on the icon on my comment, I'm searching for his channel, and all I was typing in was Elon. So I'm getting all these articles and videos about Elon Musk. I'm like, oh come on, this is not the Elon that I'm thinking of. Damn. So I had to just okay, don't be dumb. So I had to find his channel by clicking on his name, and so that's what I'm telling, man. It's like sometimes you get just brain dead out there. I got a story. Me and my brother, or my brother and I, whatever the correct grammar is, he was in like industrial sales most of it. He lives in Michigan, still does. At one point, they moved to the Cincinnati area, and he was checking out country clubs. Obviously, he made some cash, right? Made some bucks. So he was checking out country clubs, and he contacted Wetherington Country Club. Don't know if anyone's familiar with Wetherington. It's kind of I would say in the Westchester, I believe, area. Wetherington Country Club. It's beautiful. But he got an invitation because if you're interested and you can kind of prove your income level, I guess they'll take you serious enough to invite you to play. So I don't know how he did all that, but maybe he had to submit something. I don't know. Maybe not. But we were invited to play at Wetherington Country Club for free. We didn't have to pay anything. It was on the house, in other words, because he was a interested club member, or possible club member, if that makes sense. So I'm like, you're for real, man? We could go play on Wetherington? He's like, yeah, man, you want to do it? I'm like, yeah, you don't have to count me out. So yeah, I just remember bits and pieces now, but we got on Wetherington. We went to the clubhouse. You know, they gave us a tour. They were really trying to upsell him with everything, right? We get out on that course, and it's beautiful. And we had, everything was inclusive. You know, we had the golf cart. And I guess because we're a possible new member, the girl in the beer cart kind of kept trailing us the whole damn day. And I'd say by the fourth hole, we were pretty snockered. I mean, that beer cart was right behind us, almost like bumper to bumper the whole trip. And it was just, I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to get us loose, or him, I should say, to buy a membership by the time he got done playing golf, right? Like I said, about the fourth, fifth hole, I start hitting the balls everywhere. I mean, I'm slicing, I'm hooking, I'm hitting houses left and right, losing balls in the water. And we started to really just get terrible because you drink so much, you lose all your ability to do anything. That's same with billiards. I'm really good at billiards after like a couple drinks, but after more than like 2 or 3, I start getting sloppy. So we were getting sloppy, and so we get by, I mean, hole after hole, we're just like, oh my god, we're laughing, cracking up, hitting houses. And half the time I wouldn't even go bother to find them. I would just like run like to the cart and let's go, you know, just take off out of there. Well, after about the 7th or 8th hole, we start skipping holes because we'd pull up in the golf cart and we're sipping on a drink, right? And we're looking at the course and we're like, nah, that looks too complicated. And so we would just pass the golfers and drive to the next one and kind of, I mean, nobody really said anything, but it's just so weird how we did that because we didn't really stay in line with anybody. We just did our own thing. The young girl in the beer cart was just cracking up at us. I think she had a better time than we did. But I'll never forget that. That was a trip. That was fun. And did he ever sign up for the country club? No. I think they were probably about ready to kick us out of there by the time we were done. That's my extent of golfing. Getting followed by a beer cart. But thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with me. I appreciate all the new subscribers. It just, every day I get a couple more subscribers, and it's like, it's unbelievable because I feel like I'm not really doing anything. But then I got to keep in mind there's a lot of people out in this world, you know, and just my channel doesn't get discovered unless YouTube recommends my video in somebody's feed. So there's just majority of people don't even know anything about my channel. Guys and gals, I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching the videos. Ooh, ooh. Hopefully they're entertaining enough. Oh well, with that said, now look, you can put your side stand down and turn off the bike. Boom. A lot of people do that. I like to use the kill switch, but I just wanted to show you. Ooh. All right. Yeah, still a little warm out. Until next time.